Hey everyone, welcome once again to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we're looking at Stakeland. This is brought to us by Jim Mickle. It is a post-apocalyptic kind of vampire story. We have the story, it follows Martin, a young boy whose family was killed by vampires, and America has kind of fallen apart, and he is traveling around with a guy named Mister who hunts these vampires. Alright, what can I say about this one? There's parts of it I liked, and there's the whole story in general, the script, that I didn't. I like the overall concept because it's not the traditional, as it has been so many times, zombie apocalypse. This is vampires. Now these are more feral vampires. Not even I would say as intelligent as the ones you'd have in like 30 Days of Night. These are more animalistic like the zombies are, but they're obviously stronger and faster than your traditional zombies would be. And of course, you got to stake them in the back of the skull for some of them, and through the heart for others, because apparently there's different varieties of them. The story in general is what got me. I mean, it's nothing brand new. It's people trying to survive, trying to find this as it's called New Eden, which is Canada, which is supposed to be a safe haven. I think the director captures some of the bleakness of destroyed world, a world that has fallen apart with the overall scene. Everything is very gray and run down for the most part. But then there's other times when they get to where the little pockets of civilization are, where so they show the fact that these places are fortified, but they don't seem to be really lacking food or water or anything like that. It's like there's no real struggle for any of that stuff going on. It's just going out and killing vampires, and maybe they purposely left that out to focus more on just killing some vampires. But there's just a lot of things in the movie that just for me didn't gel quite right. The fact that the hero, this happens in a lot of movies where the hero, it's Hollywood logic where, hey, I just killed 48 guys by myself. Oh wait, there's one guy over there. I better hide. It's that type of stuff that I don't understand. You've got also in this thing, you've got this whole kind of crazy religious sect that also pops up. So you have this whole other group going on there, and I'm going to get spoilery here now. If you haven't seen it, stop listening. If you don't want to see it, this is what you're missing. I mean, you got the Brotherhood, which is this crazy religious people who believe the demons are like these minions of God. They're like a message and like the next step up of being God's children. And okay, I can accept, that kind of thing, because there would be these freaks that would pop up. I understand that, but then they're just, everything about them, I mean, that they do, it's like they attack one town by throwing vampires out of a helicopter. I'm like, really? Okay, first of all, they somehow capture these things, and they have a helicopter big enough to have like a dozen of these fuckers up there that they can just drop out of the helicopter into this town, which of course then kills people. As I mentioned before, the hero, it's like he's tied up and left with 4 vampires around him. He unties himself, kills those 4, but then he's hiding from one vampire in the trunk of his car. It's things like that that don't really make sense. There's the pregnant girl who decides, hey, I'm going to leave the safety of this town right before I give birth and travel north with these guys, hopefully getting to Canada because it's safer there. It's stupid things that didn't work with the story. The ending kind of worked, but in other ways it doesn't. I mean, scale 1 to 10, this one, it's in a way it's like your trick-or-treat bag when you were a kid. There are those great things in there you love, that you might get, like, someone may have given you like a full-size Three Musketeers bar, and that's some of the setting and the effects in this thing that were actually good. But then you got the person who threw in an apple, or a couple of unwrapped circus peanuts, or like the pocket full of pennies. It's that crap that gets in there that kind of just goes blah. I mean, at the end it's still free candy, but there's so much of it that's just like, a lot of it was actual crap. Thanks for the the rusty penny, the bit o' honey, and some Necco wafers. It's like, what the fuck was that? I want more of the Three Musketeers and that type of stuff, and less of the dum-dum suckers. And there's a lot of dum-dum suckers in this movie. It just, the story in general, just so many things that the characters do, especially for someone who, like Mr., who's supposed to be an established and experienced vampire hunter. He does things that don't make any sense for his character. So that's what I have for this one. I mean, if you really like, you know, a post-apocalypse movies and you really like vampires, you still might find some enjoyment in it. So I'm not saying it's a terrible movie. It's just the story. I couldn't tear myself away from all the mistakes and the stupidity of the characters. I couldn't get away from that. A lot of people can. I have trouble. The more I watch stuff, the harder I have at flipping off that switch and enjoying the mindless fun. Sometimes I can do it, but I wanted a little more of this just based on what I'd heard about it previously, and I didn't quite deliver. But I didn't have a bad time. I still enjoyed it for the most part. It's a very, very flawed movie. So stay safe in the wasteland, folks. Till next time.